Renaissance artist El Greco, whose real name was Domenikos Theotokopoulos, was born in Greece, but left to pursue his career in Italy and Spain. This is his painting of Saint Jerome, who lived long, long ago in the 4th and 5th centuries, and is best known in Christian history for having translated the Bible from Hebrew and Greek into Latin to make it accessible to more worshippers. The saint's lavish red robe signals that he holds the high rank of a cardinal in the Catholic Church, even though when Jerome lived, over 1,000 years before El Greco painted this picture, church cardinals as we know them today did not yet exist. The rich purple-red color in this painting is different from the red seen in earlier paintings made in Italy and Spain. What is this vibrant, deep red pigment that he used so generously here, down to the tips of the fingers? The Frick's temporary move to Frick Madison has prompted new ways of looking at our collection. One thing that's become clearer is that although the Frick's art is predominantly European, the world beyond Europe is intrinsically linked to the history of these objects. We're exploring some of these stories. I'm Aimee Ng, curator at the Frick Collection in New York, and this is Where in the World. In this episode, I'm joined by my colleague, Giulio Dalvit, assistant curator of sculpture at the Frick Collection, who's currently in Florence, Italy. Giulio, what is El Greco's red in this painting, and where in the world did it come from?
El Greco made this painting in Spain. This deep red came to Spain all the way from South America, either from the Andes or from what is today Mexico. By the end of the 16th century, when El Greco painted this canvas, both Mexico and the Andes had been conquered by the Spanish. But the geographical provenance of this red is as fascinating as its biological origins. The earliest red colorants were pigments of mineral origins, which could be obtained from a group of insects from Europe and Southeast Asia. But none of the red dyes produced in Europe could match the deep crimson color of the tiny American parasite called cochineal. This is the source of the color used in El Greco's painting. Cochineal red was known to local populations in Central and South America since at least the 2nd century BCE. The bugs fed on moisture and nutrients from a pear cactus native to Mexico and South America known as nopal. The pigment was made from crushing the dead, dried bodies of the cochineal. The technology for developing the red dye was the result of centuries of experimentation by local communities in Mexico, finessing their technique to find the right balance between keeping the plants alive while having as many dye-producing parasites thrive on them as possible. But after the Spanish invasion of the 16th century, the Spanish crown took control over the export and world trade of cochineal, depending on huge volumes of forced labor of the indigenous population. The coercive methods that drove this industry continued into the 20th century. Cochineal soon became the second most valuable export after silver for the Spanish colonies of South America.
It's amazing to think that this pigment came to Europe from arid lands across the Atlantic Ocean. Its luscious hue gives no hint of the crushed bugs used to make it, or the human toll that brought it from the shores of America to the paintbrushes of artists in Europe.